Wow.
What's up?
I just bought and financed a car through Carvana in minutes.
You? The person who agonized 4 weeks over whether to paint your walls eggshell or off-white bought and financed a car in minutes?
They made it easy. Transparent terms, customizable down and monthly. Didn't even have to do any paperwork.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Hey, have you checked out that spreadsheet I sent you for our dinner options?
Finance your car with Carvana and experience total control. Financing subject to credit approval.
More rewards, more savings. With American Express Business Gold, earn up to $395 back in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select shipping, food delivery, and retail subscription merchants. Enjoy the benefits of membership with the Amex Business Gold Card. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
Last week was our first playoff game, and my plaque psoriasis was so itchy under all my gear. Sometimes just thinking about scratching could take me out of the moment. And then my doctor told me I could get clearer skin with a pill called Otezla.
Otezla apremilast is a prescription medicine used to treat adult patients with plaque psoriasis for whom phototherapy or systemic therapy is appropriate. Otezla can help you get clearer skin after just 4 months.
Okay, ready for the next game. Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Call 1-844-4-OTEZLA or visit Otezla.com for prescribing info about cost, and more.
This is a message from sponsor Intuit TurboTax. Taxes was getting frustrated by your forms. Now, Taxes is uploading your forms with a snap, and a TurboTax expert will do your taxes for you. One who's backed by the latest tech, which cross-checks millions of data points for absolute accuracy, all of which makes it easy for you to get the most money back, guaranteed. Get an expert now at TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service. See guaranteed details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
So good, so good, so good.
Get ready, because Clear the Rack is on at your Nordstrom Rack store. Now through Monday, find incredible deals on Wear Now styles. On sale for even less at Nordstrom Rack. Take an extra 25% off red tag clearance throughout the store from brands like Adidas, Marc Jacobs, Steve Madden, and more. All sales final. The best stuff goes fast. So shop this sale at Nordstrom Rack today. Please see NordstromRack.com or ask a store associate for details.
This podcast contains mature content, explicit language, suggestive situations, and partial to full frontal nudity. Listener discretion is advised. Don't let your kids listen to this.
I saw this movie home video. Blockbuster. It was one of those VHS cases with a lot of extra plastic. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, was it?
There's the VHS sleeves where it's essentially a paper box, a cardboard box.
And it's all worn out because it's been this too many times?
I had the heavy duty. I don't like your motions and saying it's worn out at the same time. No. You jacking off a cassette tape?
No. You got to get it out the sleeve. Sometimes it's stuck. So you got to shake it. You got to grab it on the other side and shake it. And as a result, it frays, it chafes on either side. So it's all worn.
The condom or the penis chafes?
Well, I guess in this,
yes,
it would be the condom of the VHS. The big black VHS tape goes into the sheath.
This is one of the worst cold opens we've ever had.
Is it?
It's so bad. You are not in a good groove right now. Let me tell you.
What are you talking about? You're not yes-anding me.
The Emperor's New Groove.
That one was in the plastic one with the thick cover and all that stuff. Zach, you're not buying in. That's the problem.
Do we have anything for a cold open? Or was that just nonsense? I think that has to be it. Yeah. All right, there it is. Yeah.
All right, okay. Get it started.
Well, okay. That was a well okay cold open. It was. That's a yes and.
Well, Zach said it wasn't well okay, so I don't know. He said it was bad.
Oh, it's terrible.
I said it's great. Yes and.
Half past well okay.
Now you've seen how bad things can get and how quick they can get that way. Well, they can get a whole lot worse. So we're not going to fight anymore.
You think this dude's gonna take Ed down?
MVP is gonna blow Ed out of the water.
He's the most valuable primate.
You betray the law.
I'm sorry, misogynist. Men are hoes too.
You've said hoes 58 times in this episode, and I'm the misogynist?
You unbelievable, man.
Wait, you guys have notes about 9/11 for this movie?
How do you not?
Yap about this and yap about that and yap all night long. Fucking yap.
It was in my dream. That's not how I feel.
It is how you feel. It was in your dream.
Some of us like to be prepared.
How are you not taking accountability for your mind?
Because I know I'm lying. Like, I know for a fact I'm lying.
You sick little bitch.
It was awful. It was incredibly boring. It was long. It was stupid. It was horribly written. The acting was terrible. It was a huge piece of shit. You're a fraud. It's a phobe.
So everybody just be very respectful.
But he's dead now, right? So we can't make fun of him?
Is he dead? No, if he's dead, we can make fun of him. If he's still sick, we can't.
Hold on.
If he's dead, we can make fun of him.
Yeah.
I don't think we can.
Whenever I hear numbers, my head converts them into chess moves or seats at the garden.
I don't know what happened to you, man. You used to be cool, and then you got blarded.
You tried to pick AIDS on me in the T-Rex episode?
That's my fault for not remembering what century I was in, bitch.
It's been a good run. Thanks for playing. See you at the eulogy.
You want the punani?
I don't require Ed to have a condom because I trust him.
Anthony, you're going to be busy today, huh?
Yeah, it's nothing new, chef.
Hoes! I'm an alcohol segregationist.
That thing's going to move up like R. Kelly.
Salute to all the old ladies around the world. I love you.
You got horses. What you need a thoroughbred.
Sometimes my emotions are just roaring like a T-Rex.
That's a lot of pussy.
I'm not in here with you. You're in here with me.
Welcome to Cinephobe, the podcast we break down the movies you're afraid to admit you love. I'm Zach Harper. That's Amin and That's Anthony Mayes.
Two for flinching.
Listen to us on Spotify, or I guess I don't want to give away my notes.
Angels.
You're going to die in 6 months of lung cancer, I guess.
Holy fuck. From prison murder to imminent death.
Do not remember that from the movie at all.
I do. That's one of the ones didn't remember going in, but when I saw it, I remembered it.
Spotify's where you can vote in the poll, like the poll for Out for Justice. 40.5% phobe, 59.5% file.
40? What do you guys want?
Spotify is also where you can leave a comment like Mark Pietris, who said, Seagal needs a simple array of things to get justice. A 6-pack of seltzer, plenty of TGT, poor use of the Italian language, a soon-to-be ex-wife named Vic, and asking everyone, we're gonna find Richie! While caring for a puppy, file.
He didn't care for a puppy.
Yeah, he just left it in the car. Finding Richie should have been the horseman. We dropped the ball on that one.
No, get the fuck out of here.
I'm pretty sure Italian's position had that covered.
Yeah, that.
Where's Richie was all over that goddamn movie, man.
From the start.
He wasn't even hiding. That's the best part. He wasn't even hiding. The guy was out living his life.
The movie happens in 14 hours, and they go no more than a 3-block radius the entire movie.
It's the same pool hall. They just keep coming back to the pool hall. Everyone just returns.
Or a comment like Rusty Prater, who said, finally, another Rusty in the Cinephobe universe. Rusty, the 85-year-old enforcer.
Who was the first Rusty?
Him, Rusty Prater.
Oh.
You know what? I'll allow it. Repeat offender now. Congrats, Rusty.
Couple of Rusties cutting it up.
Leave us a review, leave a comment. Make sure you're checking out the CT5 episodes on the main feed. Leave your CT5 suggestions and lists on social media or in the Discord by subscribing to patreon.com/countthedings. Get access to ad-free episodes, extended cold opens, rewatching in live events, past, present, and future, early episodes, discount on live show tickets, and early access. Which might help you out pretty soon. Our Discord, as I mentioned, and all the extra content across the entire Count the Dings network. If you have a submission, submit it. Reminder needs to be 40% or lower on the Rotten Tomatoes audience or critics score. We're in a daisy chain, and I don't know.
Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain.
Mays used Forget About It. Put us on trial in the 19th CB as we got betrothed to John Candy in a dress with a dickhead nose, trying to put us through the bone stripper with nothing but trouble. Amin used rappers turn actors or dicks to go full-blown illegal murder spree vigilante as we battled the people's champ, racism, and the Meatball Brothers, Fettuccine and Alfredo with Shaft. I used the name drop of Richie Rich to play basketball with a fucking cheeseburger in our hands because that's how fats play basketball with Richie Rich. Now Mayes is using baseball to link us to the 1994 baseball high concept comedy, supernatural fantasy, comedy, drama, family, fantasy, sport, Angels in the Outfield.
What does IMDb think high concept means?
I don't know.
Given the two that it's given us, I don't know.
What's the other one?
Nothing But Trouble.
Oh, shit.
Does not connect.
Is Mays going in and tagging the movies that he's about to review with high concept?
That would be dastardly.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty impressed with myself if I had pulled that off. I also have a messy genre here. Family, sports, fantasy, comedy, drama.
That's too many.
Yep.
If Mays picks another high concept comedy with his next pick.
Put the town on alert.
Have you guys been thinking about the daisy chains that aren't the direct daisy chain? Like Nothing But Trouble to Richie Rich is a mansion that has a roller coaster.
I have not thought about that.
Ooh, wait a second.
It's not necessary, but every once in a while I'm like, oh, wow, we've got a lot of themes going here this year.
My pick, which we'll reveal at the end of the episode, I've not only daisy chained off of this movie, but I've also daisy chained off of my last pick, which is something I talked about last time. So I'm doing the Russian nesting doll of daisy chains.
Another one. Because we really want to make Zach's daisy chain announcement shorter.
I don't like being sent.
It was your idea.
It wasn't my idea.
You originally said, I'm going to shorten it.
I said I'll make it faster.
So you're saying you'll forget about our deal?
No. I'll forget about our deal.
You expect me to be as much of it.
Angels in the Outfield stars Danny Glover, Brenda Fricker, and Tony Danza. Danny Glover is a repeat offender for Predator 2.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
He had Bofa in 1993.
Bofa what?
This movie in Maverick in 94 and Operation Dumbo Drop in 95. What happened to you, Danny Glover?
Danny Glover plays Murtaugh.
Brenda is a repeat offender as the unhoused woman covered in pigeon shit in Home Alone 2.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
She's a barely housed woman in this movie.
Academy Award winner for My Left Foot.
He owns that house. What do you mean barely housed? The kids are barely housed.
You call that a house? Did you see that car?
Tony Danza was in 114 episodes of Taxi, 196 episodes of Who's the Boss, and Don John.
Called him Who's the Boss.
He played Tony both times on Taxi and Who's the Boss, so Larry the Cable Guy Award. Is he the prime example of a 20 CB TV star who never crossed over?
Yeah, because this should have done it. This was a big movie.
But this was also at the end. Like, this is after Who's the Boss has made its run.
Oh, that's fair.
You could tell he's graying. It's over for him. His prime is gone.
I mean, I know you are in love with Sly Stallone. He's better looking than Sly Stallone.
Yeah, I'd agree to that.
Yeah.
Yes, and?
But he's super famous. Almost everybody knows who Tony Danza is, but he never had a big movie.
Well, he's a terrible actor.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's part of the problem is he's a terrible actor. He was terrible on Who's the Boss.
Here's the catch.
He couldn't say the word Angela. He called her Angeler the whole time. The whole series. 196 episodes of Angeler.
Maybe he was racist.
Hard R on the end of Angela.
Or maybe he was Medea. Hello, Angela.
Christopher Lloyd is 3-time repeat offender for A Million Ways to Die in the West and Suburban Commando.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
I called him Doc Emmett Brown, the head angel.
Oh, I got a different name. Oof, this is tough for a kid's movie. J.O. Sanders.
No.
J, letter O.
No one's calling anyone a J.O.
Repeat offender for Kiss of Death and Green Lantern.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
I called him Brockmeyer.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt from The Night Before.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt starred in a 0% movie as a Hutterite.
What?
Who has to marry his late brother's wife, played by Patricia Arquette, called Holy Matrimony, directed by Leonard Nimoy, before this movie came out.
What? How old was he?
11?
Holy shit.
Leonard Nimoy, huh? Maybe on the list?
Shatner's the only one of those Star Trek people I trust.
You know what this means?
Oh,
exactly.
Means it's a party. Taylor Negron, repeat offender from Nothing But Trouble.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Negron. Oh. Say it, Zach. Say his name correctly.
Tony Longo, repeat offender from Eraser and Suburban Commando.
Fatty McCatcher face, I think I called him.
Neil McDonough, repeat offender from Timeline and Paul Blart 2.
For the purpose of this podcast, I call him Bingo Pitcher.
Stoney Jackson, repeat offender from The Fan.
And the Beat It music video.
I called him Jerry Curl.
2-time Academy Award winner and 2-time repeat offender, Adrian Brody from Fool's Paradise.
And The Boy Who Cried Bitch.
Matthew McConaughey joins Mike Ryan in the Five Timers Club with The Beach Bum, Ghost of Girlfriend's Past, Tiptoes, and Two for the Money.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Also Best Actor winner.
Dermot Mulroney from My Best Friend's Wedding.
Oh my God.
Would you call him Forrest Whitaker?
Save it. Hold on. Getting ahead of ourselves.
Also, Milton Davis Jr., who played JP, was in a Pepsi commercial with Shaq.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I know that fucking kid from.
And Ben Johnson played the owner, Hank Murphy. He was in The Wild Bunch, The Last Picture Show, and Soggy Bottom USA.
And he's the head coach of the Chicago Bears.
What?
Ben Johnson.
No. Angels in the Outfield was directed by William Deere.
Oh, dear.
William directed Nymph, Cheap Trick's music video for She's Tight, Playboy Collector's Edition Volume 2, and Harry and the Hendersons.
That's how he got a children's movie.
And The Sandlot 3.
Some might say the best of the Sandlot series.
4 writing credits on this one. Dorothy Kingsley, 1951 screenplay, and today's screenplay credit wrote Kiss Me Kate, 7 Brides for 7 Brothers.
Yeah, and George Wells also got a writing credit. I don't think they wrote this one. I think that's a weird loophole thing.
For some reason, they got the screenplay credit, but they wrote the original in 1951.
They hadn't written anything in 20 years by the time this movie came out.
Richard Conlon wrote the 1951 story original, and then Holly Goldberg Sloan wrote the screenplay for this one, also wrote Made in America and The Big Green. Synopsis for Angels in the Outfield. When a boy prays for a chance to have a family if the California Angels win the pennant, Angels are assigned to make that possible.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, California Angels, better than Anaheim Angels as a name.
Same note too, bro. I had the same note, yeah.
Also, shout out Tim Salmon, Angels legend from back in the 90s.
Sure.
No? Okay. You know who played for the Angels? Jim Edmonds.
Oh, there you go. It all comes back to Jim Edmonds.
He didn't need no Angels help.
Tagline, it could happen.
Yes.
Really?
Also Horseman.
I thought the tagline was, you gotta believe.
Alternate tagline, you gotta believe. $24 million estimated budget. I thought this did way better, but $50.2 million US and worldwide, according to IMDb.
Imagining VHS sales.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Before we jump into this movie, you listen to the rest of this podcast. Angels in the Outfield is available on Disney+.
Yeah, interesting trivia on that. It wasn't for a long time.
Oh, really?
Till last year.
No wonder we waited to do it.
The synopsis for the original Angels in the Outfield from 1951.
Very weird. Very different.
An owner prays that black people won't be allowed to integrate into baseball.
Dude, not that far off.
Really? Oh, shit.
But newspaper reporter Jennifer Page is investigating the Pittsburgh Pirates' losing streak. The team is led by manager Guffey McGovern, whose swearing and fighting hinder his team's progress. Meanwhile, an orphan named Bridget White has been praying for the team, and her pleas are answered by an angelic voice. The angel begins urging Guffey to be kinder in return for helping the Pirates win, but the playoffs test the manager's temper. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an example of a movie that Hollywood absolutely should have remade because that makes no goddamn sense.
Update the CT5 names list.
No, we can't.
Spruce Moose is out from Richie Rich.
A week for Spruce Moose, damn.
Put Guffey McGovern in. Mays, we have to.
We have to?
Thank you for putting 1951 in the parentheses.
So no one gets it twisted and thinks that JP's name is really Guffey McGovern. Although maybe a better movie.
How can you not love Guffey McGovern? Of course it's a CT5 name.
Guess what his full name is? Since we're doing this.
McGovern?
Something racist, I'm sure.
No, it's Aloysius.
Aloysius Guffey McGovern?
That's right.
Please put Aloysius in there.
It made the name better.
Yeah, it made it better. And you know what? We got to move it up.
Oh, wow.
Let's move Count of Monte Fisto up to 4th. Maxwell Potterdam III goes down to the OLI. Aloysius, number 5. Richie Rich receives 31% on 29.
Nope.
What?
Angels in the Outfield.
No, I didn't change that. Angels in the Outfield receives 31% on 29 critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes and 49% from the audience on over 250,000 ratings. Amin, would you like the positive or the negative reviews?
I'm a prayer half full kind of guy. That could be the positives.
Hey, John, that's weird. That glass looks half full to me.
Wow. Now that you mention it, it is half full.
Mal Vincent of the Virginian Pilot. As a pleasant little summer diversion, Angels in the Outfield is about what it should be.
I think it was. For me in 1994, it was a pleasant little summer diversion.
Apparently.
Yeah, weird 14-year-old you by yourself at the movie theater. Brian Lowry of Variety.
Mike Lowry.
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Pottingham.
Nope.
It's a real person, but I don't know why I said that name.
Kyle Pottingham.
I think he used to work at the Suns.
You looked that up. Serves up its corn so unabashedly, it's hard to take offense at the sappiness.
Corn is how the kids on TikTok
say porn.
Yep.
That's true.
Pottinger. Kyle Pottinger is his name.
Steve Crum of VideoReviewMaster.com.
Master Dick.
Uplifting for some, fantasy comedy drama. Stick with original version from 1950s.
Okay, well.
Guff it.
Wish we could.
Michael A. Smith of Nolan's Pop Culture Reviews. Serviceable, but why does Tony Danza have to die?
Great question.
Hold on, you can't put that in the review.
He also doesn't die.
That's a good point.
User John I, 5 out of 5.
John I? What's that then, John I?
Well, now you've changed it to Johnny instead of John I.
Oh.
With the
John I? What's all this then, John I?
What was that?
What's all this then? Because they can't say the, say this. What's all this then, John I?
Nostalgia hits. I'm glad that this is on Disney Plus.
That's a recent one.
And then user David K, 4 out of 5 stars. David Kahn.
Okay.
Does exactly what it's supposed to do for its intended audience. My kids loved the movie, and I enjoyed watching it with them. The critics seem to miss what and who movies are made for many times. I never put much stock into their pompous reviews. It's a movie that you should watch for yourself before you listen to these people. It is so much better than the garbage that Disney produces these days. Their CEO needs to find something else to do because they've ruined Disney.
Is this Tony Medley?
Go off.
It's David Kahn.
Go off, David Kahn.
Negative reviews.
Stop being a pessimist. This tank is not half full. It's half empty.
Danielle Solzman of Dugout Dirt.
Not Solzy at the movies?
No.
So she fucking liked Rookie of the Year and fucked our shit up, and then she goes over to Angels in the Outfield and shits on it.
Uh-huh.
God damn it, Solzy.
Check on Little Big League.
She's just doing baseball movies, basically. Dugout Dirt.
Angels in the Outfield otherwise does its best, and despite the slapstick comedy of it all, it really is the weakest baseball film of the early 1990s.
Well, she did the research, so she would know.
She's not wrong.
I mean, there were a lot of baseball movies, man.
There were a lot of baseball movies. We ran through them,
yeah,
I think, in the Scout episode.
Yas
Careful.
Kaimig of The Stranger.
Whoa.
Do it a voice.
I don't even know which one to do.
You started with one.
All right, I'll try. All the players have to do is quit swearing and believe in themselves. How pious.
If you respect me to be a punching bag.
Peter Rayner of LA Times.
Rayner on your parade.
A Disney-fied morality play complete with corn and sniffles.
Correct.
Again, the kids on TikTok use corn instead of porn.
Gene Siskel of Chicago Tribune.
The legend.
See Little Big League instead.
Okay.
Stephen Holden of New York Times.
What are you holding?
This movie is essentially a series of gags held together by sugar filling.
Are there gags?
All of Christopher Lloyd shit, right?
All in a Day's Work, Christopher Lloyd? That Christopher Lloyd?
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot, though. Really?
That's All in a Day's Work.
I kind of think he's right.
I don't know. I think it's 2 days. I think that's 2 days.
Fair enough.
There's no chance.
Rob Vo of Flipside Movie Emporium.
Vo, let your body move to the music. Hey.
On behalf of Angels fans everywhere, I demand an apology from the makers of this film.
Shut up, Rob.
Roger Ebert of Chicago Sun-Times.
The other legend.
2 thumbs down.
The baseball action isn't very interesting because the Angels, led by Christopher Lloyd, manipulate the outcomes, and the human interest stuff is canned and unconvincing.
Well, the Angels were led by Murtaugh.
2 more. Fred Topple of About.com. Terrible fantasy, full of depressing things like orphans and death. No amount of Angels can uplift that.
It's true.
Disney movies used to go heavy on the tragedy.
Super heavy, yeah.
Inside Out is like, oh, we moved from Minnesota to San Francisco and I'm depressed. This is like, hey, kid, your mom died and your dad wants nothing to do with you.
And that pitcher you like's going to die too. And then Lois Alter Mark of Entertainment Weekly.
Lois, mommy.
Homelessness, abandonment, death. This is supposed to be a kid's comedy?
Dude, JP's backstory is really crazy when we learn it.
Actually, it's unhoused.
Lois, actually, it's a high concept comedy.
That's very high concept.
We'll get Amin's first note, May's first note, my first note after these messages. Unless you're a Patreon subscriber, patreon.com/countthedings, in which you get an ad-free episode right now.
No meow.
Meow.
Kumite.
It's time to rewrite the vacation rules. With Royal Caribbean, your family can look forward to just about anything. Break the thrill barrier, roaring down the tallest water slide in North America. Jump into breathtaking jungles and jaw-dropping coves. Vibe off the charts on our private island Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And end the day knowing things are just getting started. Because this isn't just any vacation. This is all the vacations. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
When you think about your future, you know what calls to you. Meaningful work, happiness, growth, and sharing these values with others. But how will you find all of that? There are many paths forward, including one you may not have considered. The military provides countless opportunities to pursue your calling, where you can be part of something bigger than yourself, while still being yourself, and having the future you want. You have a calling, we have an answer. Learn more at todaysmilitary.com.
Hey guys, have you heard of Goldbelly? It's this amazing site where they ship the most iconic famous foods from restaurants across the country, anywhere, nationwide. I've never found a more perfect gift than food. They ship Chicago deep dish pizza, New York bagels, Maine lobster rolls, and even Ina Garten's famous cakes. So if you're looking for a gift for the food lover in your life, head to goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. It's tax season, and we're all a bit tired of numbers. But here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it. Guaranteed. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Amin, what is your first note?
The 20CB was really big on little kids saving proteins.
Absolutely.
That was a thing they loved. They went back to that well again and again.
Mayes, what is your first note?
The black line around the green screen baseball in the credits is a harbinger of doom for the special effects of this movie.
My first note, I'm very confident this will not be a diddling movie. I'm not going to make this a diddling movie. I think it'll just be a bad movie, like The Sixth Man. I don't want to make every movie we do from the 90s about diddle. What the fuck is this CGI baseball in the opening credits?
Horrendous is what it is.
I don't believe you, by the way.
No, I'm going to do my best. Why did they make this a franchise?
They did.
They did. There's an Angels in the infield.
Tigers in the outfield. Marlins in the outfield.
Oh.
Padres in the outfield. They could have done them all.
Oh, you wanted different teams?
Yeah.
Padres in the outfield, they would just have a bunch of priests running around diddling kids.
Then it'd be a diddling movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. When you were telling the story last night, you had so much detail. The detail was so rich. It was rich detail. Go into incredibly descriptive details of the story so we all know.
Oh, yes.
Now it's time for the scenes. Here's what happened. Bow. These clouds in the opening credits, ass on, lock it in.
Yeah, a lot of cloud time lapses.
That baseball is flying around and you're seeing the clouds are ass on.
The clouds are worse. Some dumb kid asks, Roger, do you believe in heaven?
I guess. That's where they say my mom went. Dead mom's position.
This is the most heavy-handed exposition we've ever been hit with.
Maybe that's where my dad went. Dead pop's position.
Pop? This is a Krampus slap of exposition. It's that heavy-handed.
Zach will make a Forrest Whitaker and Salamanca joke.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe your mom and my dad are friends up there. I said, chances are only one of them made it to heaven.
No chance they're friends. I've seen the dad of this one.
Oh.
No way the mom was.
Couldn't have been great, right?
This kid asked a lot of questions. Man, no wonder nobody wanted to adopt him.
These dumb kids have no idea why it's called a foster home. They think it's because the last name of someone was Foster.
So in case you didn't get it from the dead parents, they're orphans.
JGL says they won't be in there for long.
As they pull into the neighborhood, this green car books it.
Yes.
What stunt driver got drunk that day and decided, I'm not just going to drive this to the neighborhood. I'm going to cut corners and swerve as kids are biking across the street.
Well, it is Anaheim. When I saw that there was a foster home, I said, uh-oh, my decree in the first note is going to be tested here. And then I saw it was the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2. And I said, okay, we should be safe.
All right then, Dodge.
All right then, Dodge.
As they're riding around by warehouses and train tracks, Roger provides false hope that something good's going to happen. And JP says, maybe today even, it could happen. That's one.
You could have counted. Holy shit. Do we think this is before she becomes the pigeon lady or after? Like she's gotten her life together, moved out west.
I thought they were twins.
Oh, I like that. I like that idea. A real double impact situation.
Mm-hmm. Separated at birth.
Well, I don't think separated at birth. I think she knows about her unhoused sister.
One was raised by pigeons.
And that's caused her to vow, I'm never going to end up like that. And so I will accept money from the state of California to very carelessly care for these children. She doesn't diddle, but she does not give it. She's just cashing checks.
But it was the 90s where kids did go do whatever.
I went to the movies to go see this.
2 years later, I would sneak into barbed wire. I mean, I get it.
Oh, that's coming back up too.
There's radio exposition that the Angels have lost 14 straight. She shows the kids her watch to show them that they are almost late, but JP can't tell time yet.
Aw.
Cobra formula with training wheels?
A little Cobra egg formula.
There's a visitor inside for JGL. Hey, it's Dermot Mulroney. And holy shit, what a bad guy this is.
Damn! He's a real piece of shit, despite not having his hair slicked back.
But he lives for New Year's Eve.
Wearing a leather jacket, patchy goatee, smoking inside, smoking as a horseman.
He tells his kid, you look scrawny.
Pinches him.
Wonder if this place feeds you.
They don't feed him because she doesn't care.
You're his dad.
Not for long.
Well, of course, he's awful. I just want everyone to know that Maggie's no saint either.
He was waiting for the kid. JGL was riding around the stadium. Angels still your team?
Yeah.
They're in last place.
Yeah.
Runs in the blood.
Family that likes losers. Ash's cigarette on his jeans.
What?
I haven't seen you in months. Walking immediately shits on all the kids' interests.
I came to say I'm going up north. I know I said when I came it'd be to get you, but things ain't working out that way. I did what I could with you. Maybe if your mom was alive, it'd be different.
Voice responsibility onto the dead mom.
What?
I'm leaving. You're not coming with me.
Broken promise.
Too bad your mom's dead. Beep bop boop.
He says, okay, I'm glad I got that out of the way. And fucking leaves.
Books it.
And he's excited finally that he thinks he's communicated this because he stumbles through this. I signed a paper release thing. Got to go to court to make it final. You understand what I'm saying, don't you?
The sappy Disney music swelling as he's telling the kid this.
Can you ride a motorcycle to Salamanca, Spain?
Every horse crosses the finish line.
You were real close.
Traded his pickup truck for a Harley.
Dad, when are we going to be a family again?
Where I'm sitting, I'd say when the Angels win the pennant. You stay out of trouble, son.
CG5 worst parent.
This dumbass doesn't get that his dad is saying, never. It's never going to happen.
He's like, okay, go Angels.
Idiot.
Big trope of the 90s was impossible premise. This dog shit baseball team has to win the pennant for something good to happen.
In a lot of the other 90s things, it's like a real thing. Like, yo, in order for the team to stay, the Knicks have to win, right? Like in Eddie or whatever.
Or Major League.
In this case, the father picked something tantamount to a snowflake's chance in hell.
They live 400 yards away from Anaheim Stadium?
Yeah, you can see it.
It's right there.
Yeah.
It's their neighbor.
Traditionally, Zach, the worst neighborhoods are right around stadiums and arenas of the 90s. Then they figured out, we're going to build entertainment districts, and now those places are expensive. But in the 90s, if you live by a stadium, guaranteed, your neighborhood was a piece of shit.
They're watching the game with binoculars from a tree that is right next to the outfield.
It's fucking hilarious.
We call this the George McFly.
JP has a transistor radio from World War II to listen to that game.
Well, they need to listen to Ranch Wilder.
How else will they know what's happening?
Guy for the Blue Jays hits one to right center, and the announcer says, it's off to left field. The flight of the ball does not coincide with the next action of the ball.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
The center fielder and the left fielder are coming in, and the center fielder makes the call. I learned that from Gil Renard.
Yes, this is exactly like the fan as they crash into each other. McConaughey timidly says, I got it. And then Bobby Rayburn hurt his rib and goes into a slump for the next 2 months.
And then Matthew McConaughey got stabbed in a sauna.
You know, would it be out of place in this movie?
Roughly the same time, right?
2 years earlier.
I'll change my notes. Murtaugh, with his infinite temper, kicks over a Gatorade cooler and walks to the mound.
And that's Officer Sean Murphy from Oz who's on the mound. He was always a good guy in Oz, but here he's a real jerk.
He's pulling the pitcher. They get into a fight. He says, you want the ball? Go get it, and chucks it.
Playing fetch with the manager. Gates is right. They need a new outfield.
For sure. He's not pitching poorly.
That's on them. That's not on him. That was a catchable ball.
This is not that bad of a baseball team.
No!
They're the worst, according to Danny Glover.
They're constantly in 0-0 games.
This game is 7-0, but most of the games, they hold their own.
They're not going to give up a run for like 3 months after this.
A bunch of shutouts.
Knox calls Gates washed up. He'll never pitch again. For some reason, the Blue Jays rush the field too.
Golden dumpster.
Manager with a full mouth of dip rightfully shouts, "It's not our fight." And they stop in their tracks and look confused.
Ass on for them being huh?
He's washed up because he gave up a lazy fly ball to shallow left that went to right center?
Well, it's his infamous temper, Zach.
Oh, that's right. And how do we know that he has a infamous?
Ranch Wilder tells us on the radio.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And his name's Guffey McGovern.
Wrong movie.
Matter of fact, change the notes again, Zach.
Okay, there it is. You got it.
Guffey McGovern.
Aloysius Guffey McGovern. Security guard hears them and then catches them. He says, "You better have tickets for that tree." It would take the security guard 15 minutes to get over there to bust them?
He'd never get there.
He'd never get there.
Empty threat.
Buddy, if some kid wants to risk life and limb to climb a tree.
Watch the fucking Angels.
This shitty, let them do it, man.
Yeah.
Who cares? You're not getting a bonus for stopping them kids.
Ranch Wilder is ass on, says Glover will watch the rest of the game in the locker room. It's been called a clubhouse for about 100 years. Locker room?
This is the scene where we find out that Ranch Wilder, the radio play-by-play man for the California Angels, used to be the manager, not the color analyst.
Exposition.
Hollywood nerds, man, I swear to God.
Danny Glover is ass off. And a CT5 yeller.
Great yeller.
Yes, absolutely.
They tap the pole in the clubhouse that is, for some reason, right in the middle of the entrance.
It's not some reason. It's 20 CB.
They say it's for good luck. Adrian Brody says, after 15 losses, I'd say we find something else to rub. Oh! Paul Blart Villain thinks they should do it before the game.
Not before the game. Before we lose. The outcome is still the same.
Fatter John Kruk is mad that they have the wrong kind of salami in the clubhouse. Brody and another player walk to the training area. Tony Danza smoking a heater in the hot tub.
That's right. His arm feels strong. Some guy is rap singing his way through the locker room like Top That.
Boys are summer, and it's a big bummer. No matter who we play, we give the game away. Cause we can't win, that would be a sin. We even lose the games before they
Save it, Maple!
I can't handle this shit.
Knox stomps his way through the locker room and flips the snack table.
He goes full Pete Bell.
Yep.
Same note too. Although Pete Bell character in an actual drama was way funnier doing it than Danny Glover in a high concept drama.
You call yourselves professionals. I have never ever seen a worse group of 25 players. You don't think as a team. You don't play as a team. You don't even lose as a team. You all got your heads so far up your butts, you can't even see the light of day. One more loss and I'll do this. Each and every one of you.
One more loss, he'll throw a chair into the bat rack like he just did, and it causes a bat to hit Paul Blart Villain.
The bats fly impossibly around the room.
Is that why he passes out?
I want you here in uniform at 9 tomorrow. We're going back to work on fundamentals.
Fundamental? In the middle of the season?
I thought the game started at 1.
It does start at 1, and you're a jackass.
No, I'm a pitcher. You can be a pitcher and a jackass.
See, it's very common.
Oh.
He's got a classic bingo face, falls backward and faints.
But it took him so long. I'm like, what's wrong with this dude?
Comedy.
Yeah.
The owner meets with Aloysius Guffey McGovern. He wants trades. Can't win with these guys.
Trade all of them now.
The whole team.
Blames the roster. Nobody can win with them. There's a thing called talent. They don't have it. Hank apparently doesn't care about winning or expect them to win
at all. You're the owner.
Which is very confusing later in the movie. Then Taylor shouts up at Knox with the bullhorn. And the trivia said they wanted Paul Rubens to play this part, so it can't be a coincidence that he's dressed like Pee-wee the entire movie, wearing a gray suit with a bow tie.
Is this around the time he got busted for jacking off in the theater?
Isn't that what you did? You busted in a theater, didn't you?
But I was a teenager.
Oh, that makes it better.
Can't be tried as an adult.
That's true. It's a loophole.
Yeah.
Taylor impatiently checks his watch, introduces himself, David Montaigne, administrative assistant for media relations. Knox ignores him. He's rushing Knox over to Ranch Wilder's post-game show.
This guy is everywhere.
Oh, the press are all scum. They're meant to be kept waiting. And Ranch
Whose fault is that? That is not my fault.
Ranch angrily hangs up his cell phone by flipping up the bottom fold out.
Ranch Wilder, a predecessor, a pioneer, a trailblazer in the multi-platform media entity.
Yeah.
This guy does the radio call. He has a TV postgame show. And apparently, we learn later, writes for the paper.
He's in the paper.
The Orange County Register.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Dan Levitard. Dan Levitard is a Ranch Wilder knockoff.
That's all he is.
Who knew?
We've always known that about him.
Knox wonders what happened to Barney or Bailey. David was hired Monday. They were fired. Knox can't officially fire David until Friday. Make a note, and he does, on what looks like an Apple Newton message pad, brand new in 1993. 20 CP. Ranch is talking shit.
He's crushing Aloysius. Crushing him.
He's giving him a hard time.
Ass off him rolling right into the interview on the countdown. Aloysius puts the shades on.
Tough loss today. We get resume exposition.
We get exposition that he was in Cincinnati for 10 years of winning ball clubs, but no championships. Couldn't get the big one.
He called him Mike D'Antoni, basically.
Now the shades are off. Now they're close talking.
He punches Ranch. Aloysius walks off.
Heavy sound effects of Ranch hitting the dirt. The color commentary guy, Wally, is constantly getting cut off. That's a running bit. Is he can never get a word in. It's crazy.
Less is more.
Hollywood people have no idea what a color commentary guy is.
Absolutely not.
Two guys talking.
To be fair, they did the same thing in Major League 2.
Or just two guys.
He had a guy named Monty, not Wally, but Monty. But he wasn't mean to him. He just was a drunk. Bob Uecker.
The Brockmeyer, everyone's a drunk in the broadcast booth thing.
That was a very heavy-handed trope.
Is that real?
I think they were drinking.
Okay.
It's a baseball game. It takes forever.
Was my man, what's the Dodgers dude? Famous guy.
How famous? Famous enough to remember his name?
Hot shot hit foul. He's a legend.
Is he?
I don't remember his name, though.
What's his name, though?
Dick Garrett or some shit like that.
Dick Garrett. That's it. Yeah, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Did he drink? Was he a drunk?
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. He was always drunk.
I don't know, man. You know.
Maze, at what point do you think he'll remember his name? He's going to blurt it out. He's going to blart it out.
Yeah, he's going to blart it.
Yeah.
Back at the foster home, Roger's not eating. There's another foster kid named Miguel who has a wispy, pubescent mustache.
And I called this kid Mexican Zach Harper.
Really?
Yes.
I called him Dennis Chavante Jr.
He's got an interview, can't go to the baseball game tomorrow. He doesn't want to go anyway. The Angels never win.
He's sick of MAGA shit, by the way.
Not a chance this kid is getting adopted. This kid's a prick.
You think they're adopting 15-year-olds? Is that something you think happens?
I want to go to the game. They could win. It could happen. That's two.
They sleep in sleeping bags on bunk beds?
Maggie,
you lazy fuck.
She's negligent, man. I keep trying to tell you guys.
Miguel says it's because she's too old to bend over to make the bed.
Mexican Zach Harper makes a good point, is what I wrote.
Oh, he's Zach Chavante.
Miguel's so angsty. JP hopes he meets a nice family tomorrow. I'll pray for that. It could happen. 3.
Miguel prays every night that JP goes to bed without asking 1,000 stupid questions. And I said, same note too, Mexican Zach.
JGL prays out loud for a family.
My dad says that'll only happen if the Angels win the pennant. The baseball team, I mean. So maybe you could help them win a little. Amen. A women too, ally.
Aloysius.
Murphy meeting with Danny. He's been fined for punching the pitcher. Ranch is pressing charges.
Why is the commissioner finding him? That feels like an in-house thing.
Agreed. Yeah. He didn't hit someone on the other team, hit his own player.
Now, the lawsuit, the civil charges or whatever, that makes sense.
Exposition about Danny and Ranch have a history. Ranch spiked his knee. He's a catcher. It was nails up. It's no accident. Don't you have catcher's gear on that protects your knees?
No.
Not in the 20 CB, Zach.
Okay. Just checking.
The owner is wearing a cowboy hat, making KFB expressions the entire time.
Same note too. A lot of KFB happening.
Menage, all that.
Your pistol smoking, pal.
KFB.
Don't make more cow pies to step in.
Cut to the stadium.
PA's position lets us know every Wednesday is Kids Day. What do they do on Kids Day, Zach? Do you think they get out free tickets to the local school children, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They have to, right?
No. They give them a $1 discount. A $1 off of general admission, $2 off of reserve seating.
I mean, what if I told you the tickets were $3?
Are the tickets $3?
It's the Angels in 1994.
It might be $3.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned it.
Kids are in the outfield bleachers this time. Danza wants to pitch. He's finally healthy.
Hey, Skip. Trainer says I'm ready to pitch. When am I getting off the injured list?
I was never sound. You here because you got a contract that pays you to be here. You blew your arm out. played on too many pain pills.
Pain pills? And you were the one stuffing them down my throat 5 years ago in Cincinnati.
Hey, it was your decision to swallow them. I had a brain. When you were finished, I traded you. I never thought I'd get stuck with you again.
You rotten.
Not contagious, is it? Out of my way, I got a ball club to manage.
He is fucking brutal to Tony Danza here.
He's real mean.
The woo-hoo-hoo of your decision to swallow him. It's fucking crazy.
And Danza has COVID.
Adrian Brody says the anthem is emotionally evocative because he thinks Aloysius Guffey McGovern is crying. He says, drop dead. I got sunscreen in my eyes. Drop dead?
Infamous temper, man.
20 CB. Drop dead is not something we do anymore.
Adrian Brody looks young.
Super young.
McDonough consults a magic 8 ball, 20 CB. Will he win? No. Tries again? Maybe.
Then he gets tricked into thinking the anthem is Jose, Can You See?
Wow. It's about a Spanish guy.
Bingo.
It's about as lazy writing as you can get.
But then he slides into the mound, and I was like, okay, now I'm back in on this guy.
I then dodge.
His name is Whit Bass. His oddball antics are by now well known to the fans.
So are means.
Oddball, Monday through Thursdays on DraftKings Network, also on YouTube.
You put a G in network there?
Seen him eat dirt, lick bugs, and floss his catcher's teeth in the dugout. Branch keeps flipping off Wally's microphone. Bass is 2-11, has undiagnosed OCD, walks circles around the mound, and sets 3 times before he pitches.
Bass sets, and sets, and sets again.
Please, just throw the ball.
He pitches like a bingo, but it's 0-0 in the 5th.
First pitch got rocked, though. Rocked.
Yeah, I did.
Brockmeyer's drinking in the booth.
Also, we see that Ranch has a huge black eye. Daisy chain possibility. Not going to use it, but...
That's a good point.
Is it a good point?
Yeah. Yes, and.
Blue Jays smokes it to center. JGL sees 2 angels fly down from the sky, help McConaughey dive a distance that would put him on trial for being a warlock.
He jumped so early.
How would you react to seeing something like that?
I mean, save that question for later on in the movie.
Okay.
It's a good question.
I like when they drop him and high five, though.
Sure.
They drop him pretty far.
Yeah.
Another thud to the ground. Dolly zoom on Roger in the crowd. Holy cow! Everybody wonders how he did that.
JGL is talking about the guys in sparkling pajamas who were sucked down from the sky.
Sucked up into the sky.
Jay.
Sucked up into the sky. Nobody got sucked up in here.
I got sucked off here.
I said, you dumb shit. That is not how physics work. You might get shot out of the sky, sucked down from the sky.
He gets sucked off.
He's in a foster home, Zach. He doesn't know about science.
The kid is a dumbass.
He's super stupid.
He's really dumb. JP, smart kid. Manipulative. Conniving even.
Manipulative?
Oh, JP's super manipulative. What are you talking about?
He is damaged.
Every time anyone is about to get adopted, what does JP do? Make it about himself.
That kid is not going to make it.
Oh, he's a survivor.
There's a drunk guy with an absurd amount of ear hair sitting next to them in the stands. And he does not care about what these kids say.
Tell your parents about it. I said, buddy, he can't.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
The black lady sitting behind them is trying to watch the game, but they're standing up.
Yeah.
And I thought she was going to go off on them.
Ass off.
Never happened.
Then an unhoused angel comes down from the big 7-Eleven in the sky.
Golden Dumpster, the announcer announcing that up to the plate, number 58, the Irving Nader.
Yep.
Irving Nader.
Incredibly dumb.
I love that.
Disembodied. Of course, it means loving it.
You call him Doc Brown. I call him the unhoused angel the rest of this movie.
He agrees with JP. Amazing play.
Loves the sky entrance.
Explains they're angels. Course I saw him. They're with me. JP looks and sees his friend Roger talking to thin air.
No worries at all.
Lloyd summons a hat off an umpire. Just call me Al. It's the American League, just like Rob Lowe at a football game.
Remember when you had AL only umpires? They wouldn't work the NL.
Zach Diddler joke incoming in 3.
No.
Like a drone strike.
No.
Zach sitting in his apartment.
2.
Not at all.
With a little joystick going.
Guys, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I don't want to do it with this movie.
Al says, no one can hear me or see me but you.
Come on, Zach.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Zach. Come on.
Roger asks for help. They'll come and go. It's an as needed situation.
Keep your nose clean and your heart open.
JP wonders who Raj is talking to. It's like the Truman Show.
Drunk fan sits on him. They merge for a minute, then he evaporates.
Super weird effects.
Ghost was like 3 years earlier. It's kind of a Ghost thing.
Okay.
And then Roger touches him just to make sure he's really there.
You sick or something? 0-0 game in the ninth. 2 outs.
Great game.
I thought this was the worst team in baseball.
Big fat ass Trisket Mesmer, the catcher, who's 0 for his last 26, but angel hands surround Triscuits on the bat.
Angels.
Dolly zoom on Roger again. They both stick their tongues out.
It's a fat angel.
Got to be a fat angel.
And Triscuit obliterates his bat into sawdust.
And knocks the cover off the ball.
A shattered bat and a destroyed ball is not getting out of the infield.
I did see Barry Bonds hit a home run with a broken bat.
Did the ball explode as well?
I didn't see the ball after. Maybe. I don't know. Whoever caught it can tell us. 855 NBA jump.
Raise your hand if you were shocked that the fat angel didn't have a cheeseburger in its hand.
Beef jerky hanging out of his mouth.
Well, not everybody can be a pioneer like Richie Rich, okay?
True.
Paul Blart-esque trot around the bases.
He's going to have a heart attack by the time he gets to third.
Body slams a guy at home plate. Knox straight up can't believe they won the game. Complete shock.
Am I the only one that saw the Crash Dummies ad?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, the ball hits off the Crash Dummies.
Look at this photograph.
I didn't take a picture because I figured we all saw it.
All right, I'll take a picture.
JGL is a dumb kid who asked his friend if he saw the angel with him. But there were angels in the outfield. He said it. And in the infield. Bad writing.
Sequel.
Franchise, Zach.
Yeah, 9 of them.
Good answer by JP.
Drawing after the game, we'll give 3 lucky fans a photo with Aloysius Guffey McGovern on the field. His dumb friend won. He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't like strangers.
$6 on the general admission ticket.
They see Tony Danza, a.k.a. Mel Clark, a.k.a. Mel LeBlanc.
A.k.a. Joey from Friends.
Who's the boss?
Deuce Cooper.
Friend tugs on his jersey. You used to be Mel Clark? Yeah, I used to be.
Yeah.
Devastating. What's worse, him saying that to Mel or the guy in the stand saying, tell that to your parents? It's on the same level.
No, it's tell that to your parents.
To a child, to an orphan, man. That's the next level.
Well, he's not an orphan.
Oh, that's right.
They haven't gone to court yet. He's still legally that dad's kid.
Much to his chagrin.
Taylor shouts, first kid. Future Cinephobe? Daisy Chain?
They put JGL up there with Danny. They say it looks like a prison photo.
Oh.
No one's smiling. Team just won.
The photographer is using a Hasselblad 500 EL, by the way. That's a classic medium format film body. It's really nice. It's got a viewfinder on top of the camera, which is why he's looking down into it as opposed to looking through it. Some good stuff right there.
These are not good baseball players because there's not a single Oakley in this movie.
Oakley shades.
Aloysius says it was a mistake. Team can't win. JGL says they won because there are angels out there. Huh? Real ones. I saw them. He gives tactical redundancy on what happened. Danny calls him a psycho kid. He says ask the players about it.
Maggie's using an ancient sewing machine.
The world's first sewing machine.
Do you believe in angels? Do you think they're real? She's reluctant, but believes in the possibility of miraculous things happening. I guess I do believe in angels. I do too. Good night.
Angel's position.
Stares at the stars.
Whether it's a movie night or just midday, Skinny Pop is a salty snack that keeps on giving. Made with just 3 simple ingredients for an irresistibly delicious taste and a large serving size that lasts. Deliciously popped, perfectly salted. Skinny Pop, popular for a reason. Shop Skinny Pop now.
Hi, this is Javon, your Blinds.com design consultant.
Oh, wow. A real person.
Yep. I'm here to help with everything from selecting the perfect window treatments to...
Well, I've got a complicated project.
No problem. I can even help schedule a professional measure and install. We can also send you samples fast and free.
I just might have to do more.
Whatever you need.
So the first room we're looking at is for...
Shop Blinds.com now and save up to 40% site-wide. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
16 years from today, Greg Gerstner will finally land the perfect cannonball. Epic splash. Unsuspecting friends. A work of art only possible because Greg is already meeting all these same people at AARP volunteer and community events that keep him active and involved and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Learn more at aarp.org/local.
Knox and McConaughey are watching the highlight over and over. McConaughey's eyes are bugged out. Oh, weightless. Like somebody had me by the arms, Skip. How'd I do that?
Fatty tells him it was like someone was swinging with him.
As he sprinkles peanut M&Ms on donuts and muffins.
And tortilla chips. And he's got beef jerky.
Well, you don't get it, Zach. He's fat. Fat people can't control their appetites. They just got to eat everything all at once.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He credits the home run to the third chili dog he ate that tasted funny.
Fucking 20 CB, man.
Fat shaming could have also been the daisy chain.
I thought Danny Glover went to the foster home, and then I remembered it's 400 yards away from the stadium. It's not that far of a trek.
To deliver the photograph.
Look at this photograph.
We can all look at it and laugh together.
Save note too.
He asks if Roger has a wild imagination, makes up stories. No. He's very grounded. Most kids whose families abandoned them are.
This is a cold-hearted broad, man.
I'm not going to do it.
Here's tickets to the game. Maybe your Aunt Maggie could take you.
The Andersons got tickets to the game? How'd they get tickets?
She's like, nah, y'all go ahead, man. I don't give a shit.
I don't go to baseball games.
I don't give a shit. You can go. You can take them.
I don't think she said, I don't give a shit.
She said, I don't give a shit.
When she asked why he's really there and what he wants from JGL, he says, young fans. Answered that just like James Harden answered, my trainers. When asked about why he wasn't with the Rockets for training camp.
Celebrating my friend becoming a boss.
It's a 3-game series against the Athletics. Branch is using binoculars to scope out babes in the crowd, says the team looks bouncier today.
He's enamored by giant four-posts in the outfield.
They were bouncy.
Asks Wally, then immediately flips his mic off. The team wins one game?
One game and women are showing up?
And their attendance multiplies by 5?
What?
Hold on, guys.
No.
If they won the game because a dude flew in the air, I'd want to show up and see what's going on. What's the deal here?
Taylor gets to babysit the orphans and bring them snacks. He's thrilled about it.
Yep.
He's having the time of his life as JP squirts mustard on his linen suit.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor thinks he needs club soda. I got soda. Dumps his drink on Taylor's lap.
Manipulative.
He wanted to call that kid a slur so badly. You can see it in his face.
Yeah, of course he did. And JP was trying to push him to that level because he's manipulative little shit.
He's trying to get these season tickets.
Taylor brought them hot dogs, popcorn, soda. After he brought it all back, can we get some peanuts and nachos? And at first I thought these entitled little kids. Then I realized, nope, Maggie's not feeding these kids.
He's scrawny. His dad even said it.
They need sustenance. It's like whatever you can get. Just keep them coming.
Absolutely. Aloysius says to keep the big one happy. He might be lucky. Unhoused Angel appears in the soda. He pops out to sit next to him, tells him to be quiet.
In the soda while Roger is sucking it up.
Says, this is between you and me, little guy. No one can see me but you.
Suspiciously, that's what a diddler would say.
Oh, boy.
That's exactly what a diddler would say, right?
Numero uno, don't tell anyone about us.
Already broke the rule, though.
Yeah, this little fuck can't keep his mouth shut.
And he says, well, don't tell anybody else.
He tells everybody.
Besides the manager and his friend and the drunk guy in the stands next to him.
They never told him. They never gave him the rules. He just said, hey, we're angels. We're going to help. And that's it.
And then that's the only rule. Until the end when there's another rule that he didn't tell him.
That fucking rule. And then he keeps telling everyone, even after he hears the rules, he doesn't shut the fuck up about these angels.
Well, no, we have to send Taylor away.
Yes.
Every single game, multiple times a game.
He tells everybody but Taylor.
He's the only guy that could blow the situation wide open, is if he told Taylor Negron.
Taylor Negron.
What? What?
Oh, it's shit.
These angels, Al says they never make commitments. They're a capricious crowd. Basically, they'll do whatever they want and show up whenever they want, and they don't really care.
So this is what I learned. You get to heaven, you can act the fuck out however you want.
Well, I mean, if you're an angel.
There's no revoking heaven.
Is everyone in heaven an angel?
Of course.
They don't make plans. They wake up in the morning and they decide, what am I going to do today? Am I going to help a fat guy hit a home run? Maybe.
Let me see. Is it the playoffs? The friend and Taylor come back. Unhoused Angel turns into a bubble, tells him to keep his eyes on the game. His friend pops the bubble.
You popped Al. Who's Al? He's the boss angel, Cobra Formula.
Calls the manager over in a crazed panic, saw an angel in his Coke cup.
Knox can't believe how ridiculous it all sounds. I was thinking of you as sort of a good luck charm, not as someone who spiritually hallucinates. They talk about signals, so now Roger's going to flap his wings when he sees an angel.
Like a bingo.
Taylor sits in nachos, tells him he's saving them for later.
Comedy.
The kids laugh in unison, then say, sorry. And Taylor walks away with nacho butt. Oh, yeah. I remember this when I was a kid.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
It was big for me.
Wait, is Whit Bass pitching 2 days in a row?
Sure is, Zach.
He's the starter.
Yeah.
It's an iron arm.
But also, the timeline got fucked up because when Knox shows up at the house with the photo.
Oh, it's been some time?
He says, here's the photo that we took last Friday.
They're playing the Blue Jays again?
But then they won 1 game. So they had 4 days off. Like, what the fuck is going on with this schedule? Because also they play the A's and then they're about to play the Tigers next game.
I don't know.
Ass off for Negron when he tells him, go get him some jackets. He says, it's 90 degrees out. I enjoyed that.
Knox is freaking out about a pitch. That was a strike, then you blind as a horse's ass. JP gasps.
JP goes, oh.
He says, don't swear.
Roger tells Guffey to start a swear jar.
That eliminates speech for most of the team.
He tells the Angels to stop swearing, and their ass off as they go, what?
Huh?
Bottom of the 9th, it's 0-0.
Another incredible pitching performance. Now we see an Angel massaging Brody. He looks really stupid when the Angel's not there.
They got to get rid of David. He asked him for coffee.
You drink coffee?
JP says, get me a cup or I'll scream. How do you take it? In cups.
JP, manipulative. He knows exactly what he's doing.
So Roger tells Guffey McGovern, you got to pinch hit Adrian Brody.
Pinch hit Brody for Mitchell. Mitchell's the best hitter. Brody's the worst hitter. He's muttering to himself, what's the worst that could happen? We fall out of last place? I thought that's a good point.
Nothing to lose.
But I'll tell you what else he's got to lose, which is the respect of Mitchell, because Mitchell is understandably really pissed about this.
Of course.
Throws a tantrum. He throws his helmet and his bat. Meanwhile, Brody forgets that he needs to even grab a helmet and a bat to go out to the batting circle.
Gonna walk right out there. He goes down 0-2, the crowd's booing furiously, and then an Angel catches the third pitch and makes it go as slow as possible. Brody still barely hits it, and it zooms around the infield like an episode of Benny Hill.
Doc Brown is hacky sacking like the opening scene of American Ninja so that the A's can't catch the ball.
Now, this is the one where I would like to know, what are people thinking is happening?
Well, the umps are inspecting the baseball.
It's a bunch of errors, right? Because these guys keep crashing into each other and squirting out.
Double digit. Can't even count how many there are.
It was 18 errors.
Brody rounds the bases as he hits this inside the park home run, although it's not a home run, right? If it's a bunch of errors.
It's inside the infield, not even inside the park.
As he crosses home plate, obviously the whole team is celebrating, including Mitchell. And I said Sean Astin digging a pool. No chance he's happy for him. Zero.
This is a Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc moment for sure.
Absolutely. He's gone, by the way. He's in the clubhouse by now.
Oh, for sure.
He's tearing up the locker room.
Or the locker room.
Like the Bash brother in Mighty Ducks 2.
He's hitting that pole at the entrance with a bat, shattering bats right there.
Ranch wonders if they can call it a winning streak, or were these last few games just a small blip on the screen of a terminally ill patient?
Too soon?
And I like this running bit of him flipping his mic off and berating his producer and snapping, wanting his stats.
Yeah, I do like this a lot.
Zach.
NBA Insider Sunday morning.
Dude, that's exactly me and Zach for like the last 3 Sundays.
Knox tells David his job is permanently taking care of the kids. Now David wants to be fired Friday. They get a bunch of Angels gear and starter jackets. He wants them to watch road games, talk on the phone.
Weird.
They're going to go get a ride in his Porsche, but JP stops short.
This is some exposition.
This is the wildest exposition we've ever had.
He's afraid of cars.
I thought they were going to say he's afraid of cars because his mom died in a car accident. And I was like, wow.
Same. Yeah.
Nope. It's because he was unhoused outside of a 7-Eleven, curled up, so they got to walk home, right?
No.
Bill Noir.
Team bus.
Team bus honking its horn.
And Aloysius Guffey McGovern is driving the bus?
Hell yeah. Well, it's only a couple blocks.
You can't drive a bus.
Why not?
You have to have experience driving a bus.
You don't think he has experience?
No. He was a baseball player and a manager.
Well, in the AAAs, in the minors, Zach, you got to do some weird stuff.
You're hating, man.
Not hating. I'm logical.
Open up your heart a little bit, okay?
You open up your heart.
How do we feel about JP's story? This is my theory.
You think he's lying?
It's a Porsche 911 drop top.
It's not a 3-person car.
Not a 3-person car. And JP knew I'm the smallest one. They're going to ask me to either ride bitch or sit in something that's not a seat.
Or someone's lap.
Yep. So what does JP do?
Oh, man.
He creates this whole thing. He's smart, but he's manipulative, man.
I'm with you 100% on this storyline.
They get home. Miguel got placed in a foster home. JP starts crying.
Sean Astin.
Miguel was a douchebag.
Nice family from Northridge. I said Sean Astin revoked.
Oh,
absolutely get adopted in Northridge.
Oh, Zach.
Maggie feels bad and Roger tries to console a grown woman?
It's weird.
JP threw a hissy fit about Mexican Zach Harper getting adopted.
Zach Shavante.
JP keeps waking Roger up. Roger?
He asks if his parents will ever get him. Well, mom's dead and dad's gone.
Roger?
Will my mom ever come get me? Maybe.
How?
It could happen.
Roger echoes it with, yeah, it could happen. That's 5. Starting every question with Roger is JP formula.
Oh my God.
And Roger also offers him a dime to shut the fuck up, 20 CB.
To shut up.
This is like how Adam Lefkoe starts every single segment on TNT with, all right, y'all. He has never started a segment without
Lefkoe formula.
Lefkoe formula indeed.
Time to play the Detroit Tigers, hottest team in the league.
Cecil Fielder.
JP's worried about getting kidnapped for going to the bathroom as Roger sees an angel fly over to Mel Clark. Roger flaps his arms, tells him to start Mel Clark.
Start Mel Clark? Impossible.
There's no such thing.
He's not on the active roster. Sounds like the Angels need to get to the ballpark a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all picking dudes that shouldn't even be playing.
Well, they're a capricious crowd.
Show up when they want.
That's true.
Yeah, come on, man.
Although this lady only gives massages, who knows what her deal is?
Kind of a... Never mind.
Wow, growth. Look at Zach.
Angels, Zach.
I'm really trying, okay?
All right, then, Dodge.
Arm is cooked, not on the active roster. Danny realizes he really is seeing this shit, decides to pitch Mel, walks over, tells him he's starting, get your stuff together.
It's a great Seidel. Seidel's up to him on the fence.
Yeah.
You talking to me?
Horseman in this? Tactical redundancy. Ranch Wilder then gives us exposition about the rules can be altered before the first pitch.
Rules position.
Throws papers at his producer, snapping like crazy.
Apparently it's legal.
Hasn't started a game in this decade.
I was shocked until I realized this decade was like 3 years at that point.
Right.
Mel is sweating bullets. Roger leans in, sees an angel appear stretching behind Mel. The angel pushes him or something, and he throws a strike. And the crowd goes fucking nuts. After one strike, not even Steve Nebraska got a better reaction than that.
He hasn't pitched in this decade.
Okay, guys, who throws harder? Steve Nebraska, Mel Clark, or Ed?
Ed. No question.
Ed burned a mitt.
He burned a glove. Yeah.
It had a chemtrail on it.
Come on, man. Be respectful.
I felt like this glove.
No. You're trying to piss me off. Be respectful. Okay? Go after any other character in Cinephobe history. Don't question Ed. Chooch.
What an amazing pitch. Now we get a little mini montage, strike after strike. It's the top of the 9th, 2 outs, full count. Ranch is drinking again.
How in the world did old Noodle Arm pull that off? And who gets the credit? George Nunns. George Nunns.
They win 1-0 in a miracle shutout complete game.
They don't give up runs.
Nope.
Best defense in the league.
It's incredible.
Press conference time. Ranch asks Knox what inspired him to start Mel. A feeling. Instinct, a kind of faith. Now Knox is a CT5 liar. He compliments Mel, looks for signs from unexpected places.
Oh, he's not a liar. He just didn't tell everyone certain things.
An honest manager.
He didn't lie, Anthony.
They've upgraded the bus to an Angels van to get the kids home.
They've won 3 games in a row against 3 different teams, and he offers them anything they want, which is, of course, Sandlot baseball. So I'm tweaking my daisy chain to Sandlot baseball.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is even smaller than the Sandlot that those little shits and Richie Rich played on.
No factory nearby either.
That's proving again they weren't that poor.
Wait, what'd you say? No what?
No factory.
Oh.
What'd you think he said?
I thought you said no fat kid either.
Oh.
And I said, no, there's a fat kid that comes up. He don't have a cheeseburger in his fanny pack, but he's...
Little Babe Ruth?
Yeah.
So this was the other thing that was a blast from the past was this bingo kid Marvin with the Dumbo ears.
Yes, that I remembered. But I don't know if you noticed, every single kid in this scene has a different team's hat on.
Yeah.
This is product placement.
Bro, they got jerseys.
The fat kid's got a Tigers jersey and a Brewers hat.
Midwest. Knox tells Marvin to run home. This bingo literally runs home.
I do remember this one.
It all came back to me. Came rushing back.
Flapping arms is the only thing I remember more.
That's a 20 CBS joke. Run home, and then the kid runs home.
A 4-year-old is out by himself, roaming the streets
Well,
next to a stadium.
they're poor.
All right, then, Dodge.
That's the new well, okay. All right, then, Dodge.
More Angels games. We got a newspaper montage.
Oh, man. This montage is out of control.
It's too much.
Way too much.
They're moving up a weird standings graphic.
Every newspaper article is gibberish.
Yeah, it's not the real article.
I stopped even trying.
Knox is yelling at an ump. Al comes over and lip syncs.
You call it a call? You call it a call? In all my years of baseball, I've never seen such an astute evaluation of a potentially difficult decision. Masterful call. Oh, have a nice day.
Does he make him say different stuff, or does Knox do it himself?
Great question. I wondered the same thing. Does he have control over this?
Unclear.
He bends a foul pole to make a home run fair. No one saw a pole bend for no reason?
Nope.
Felt like it would have been easier to just move the ball.
Of course.
Than to move the whole foul pole.
There's no one questioning that shit with the A's.
An Angel smacked Trisket on the ass to make him run faster. He's still running like a bingo. Then they shove him to slide. He slides about 60 feet.
Like a whale.
Mel Clark on the cover of Sports Illustrated. He gives Roger and JP signed balls. A Detroit pitcher gets spun around like a top, throws in his own dugout. Headline, Angels fly together.
Quack Attack is back, Jack!
The drunk fan catches a home run in his mouth?
Yeah, he does.
His teeth are all out like the dude in Out for Justice. He's spitting chiclets.
Wait for a look at this photograph.
Trisket body slams a guy at home plate. That's not legal. Then they turn a normal double play.
David's wearing a beekeeper outfit? Bee movie?
Taylor says not the bees. No, not the bees. Al is in a beach chair. Everybody's singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Why are the umpires singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game?
I think they got hypnotized by the Angels.
Oh, you think they've been possessed?
Yes, the Angels are basically taking over everything.
That makes sense.
Al's high-fiving Angels. This incredibly long and weird montage has them one win away from clinching the division. There's 40 minutes left in the movie.
Same note, too.
I was so thrown off.
Newscast position happens while a fax comes in.
Combination.
A fax comes in.
And it's Paul Walker back from 650 years ago.
Sliding into the mound like Neil McDonough.
Obviously, Aloysius bought that fax machine for them.
Yes, so they could fax him calls and stuff.
Unreal.
Last two games of the season against the defending champ, Chicago White Sox.
JGL has to go to court.
At game time.
Can't reschedule.
Maggie says he doesn't have a choice. That's inconvenient.
He says, Maggie, I'm not going. And Maggie gives him a look like, I will beat the brakes off of your little ass. And that's when I realized Maggie might be abusive.
At the game, Knox wonders why Maggie didn't lie and say Roger was sick.
That would be lying.
Maggie would never lie. Well, Maggie's not in a pennant race.
She would, however, be covered in pigeon shit.
No, not her. Her sister.
Yeah, right. That's her twin.
JP thinks he might see an angel on Mitchell. No, it's just the sun. He's sorry.
Mitchell's Jerry curl glistening in the sun is what it is.
Soul glow. Clip it.
Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul, baby, feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow.
You've never seen angels before. Why should you now? Hey, it could happen. 6.
His dad is giving up custody. He's not proud, but he can't change his mind either. You can. You can change your mind.
Zach, he can't change his mind, and he can't change his clothes either because he's wearing the same exact clothes he was wearing in the opening scene.
All in a day's work.
All in a day's work.
Who wants this less? The dad not wanting to be a father to this kid, or Mr. Fantastic not wanting to get married?
Nah, man.
This dad.
Dude, he went to court.
He drove up north and came back down just to get rid of this kid.
In every single movie with a custody battle, it's always the court saying, you're not fit. We're going to take him away from you.
I'm going to fight for this kid. Yeah.
He needs to be with me. I'm his father. You're a drug addict and you live or you're homeless or whatever. This dude is like, my hands are tied. I got to sign this paperwork.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Are you sure? We don't have to do this.
Yep, I don't want to.
Rules are rules.
Got to do what I got to do. Yeah.
Rogers telling him, Angels are only one game from the pennant. Can you believe it? Sorry. I don't give a fuck. I don't listen to baseball games. I'm out of here.
Doesn't care.
This was like Ricky Bobby's dad.
I did just like you told me. If you ain't first, you're last.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, you told me that day at school for career day. You came in and you said, if you ain't first, you're last.
Oh, hell, Ricky, I was high when I said that. I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all. You're first, you're last. You can be second, you can be third, fourth. Hell, you can even be fifth.
What are you talking about? I lived my whole life based on that.
He pats him on the face, says, "Sorry, boy," walks out of his life. JGL cries with his ass on. Back to the stadium. Angels lost. JP's crying in the clubhouse.
Like a bitch.
Ranch sees him saying that he tried to see the Angels. He really tried.
Manipulative little shit. Because he's mad that he can't see the Angels, and because I have no power, no agency in this, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rat my friend out.
Yeah.
So that it all comes up, and now we're back to being equal.
I'm with you, because what happens in the next scene where they read the paper, you're 100% right. We could still win without the Angels. It could happen.
That's 7.
Ranch sees an unintended child and wants to go talk to him.
Gives him a business card. You sure do have a big chin. Same note too, JP.
Yeah.
Ranch takes all the information from him. Maggie says that somebody can take Roger permanently now. I wonder if somebody will.
Nah.
They drive up in the car from goddamn Carbon Copy.
Yeah.
What is this piece of shit car she riding in?
That's her car.
Well, maybe it's not, because JP gets in it. Guess he's not scared of cars anymore.
Absolutely not. You know why? Because
he never was.
Manipulative little shit, man.
Because this one's got a lot of seats.
Knox gets in the car too. He tries to empathize with Roger. What's the best way to do that? How about some poppy talk exposition?
Dad! You know, Roger, when I was growing up, I never saw very much of my dad.
He went to Salamanca and never came back.
Same note, too.
He couldn't take care of himself. So taking care of me and my brothers was out of the question. I'm not sure the pain that caused ever goes away. But I am sure you can't go through life thinking everyone you meet will one day let you down. Because if you do, a very bad thing will happen. You'll end up like me.
They go inside. Knox is going to make meatloaf. Next time he'll try lasagna. Kids don't know what lasagna is. Do orphans not know about lasagna?
Orphans have to know about lasagna.
Spaghetti lasagna?
Orphans in general know about lasagna. Those orphans don't. Why? Because Maggie ain't shit.
They don't get fed.
While they're making meatballs, Maggie sits back and laughs as the blacks get to work in her kitchen. Notice JGL does not get up to help. It's just JP and Guffey.
You know that saying a closed mouth doesn't get fed?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't apply in this house because no mouths get fed unless it's hers.
Her mouth. She's feeding pretty well.
Oh, she's
healthy.
Real healthy. Yeah.
Roger's losing faith, says there's no God, doesn't believe in angels anymore. Surely he'll be reassured.
Doesn't believe in God? Nigga, you've been seeing angels the whole goddamn summer. What are you talking about? You don't believe in God?
That's what Danny Glover says to him.
Same note too.
Well, without the N-word, yeah.
Didn't it?
They cut that out.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Danny put his arm around JGL and rubs his shoulders. Guys, I tried.
No, come on, man.
I really tried.
There might be a diddler in this movie. It's not Danny Glover.
Diddle me timbers. This is a diddling movie, okay?
No way.
Yes. I'm very confident this will not be a diddling movie. I'm not going to make this a diddling movie.
And lie!
Diddle me timbers. This is a diddling movie, okay?
You've been lying to me this whole time.
I didn't lie, Annie. I just didn't tell you certain things.
Zach,
okay.
Hold on. Let's.
You know what?
Let me recap. Hold on. I know I want to yes and with you.
Do you?
But let me recap. Doc Brown told him, it'll be our little secret. Don't tell anybody. And the next time he showed up was in a Coke cup so that JGL could suck him off.
How did he get to heaven if he's a diddler?
Look, man. God is a cruel God, apparently.
No, I mean, I'm saying this is a diddling movie. It's not just on Aloysius Guffey McGovern.
I don't think Guffey's doing it, man. I'm not.
Okay, you know what? I'll take it back. If he doesn't end up adopting this kid so he's in his possession at all times, I'll take it back.
Okay, we'll see. Wait to see.
Roger's reading the paper where Ranch wrote an article.
What?
And JP realizes that he's been caught snitching and is super panicked.
He's trying to find out what a source is.
He asks who Roger thinks told. Roger doesn't know.
He didn't lie. He just didn't say certain things.
He only said certain things.
JP walks a very fine line of not actually lying, but also manipulating situations.
Yeah.
The way I see it, this is Roger's fault for having dumb prayers. His prayer should have been, please God, let me and my father be a family again. Not please God, let the Angels win the pennant.
This kid saw his father put out a cigarette on his own jeans.
On his lap.
And thought, that guy should take care of me.
Now the owner is going to fire Guffey McGovern. for turning the team around from last to first midseason.
Sean Astin.
The editor of this paper should be fired for running that article.
One source, and the source was a child.
A 5-year-old.
A 5-year-old who was crying at the time. That's insane. But here's the more insane part, Zach. The editor, crazy, but it's a juicy story. Let's run with it, right?
Sure.
The team was in last place and lost 14 games in a row. They've gone to this miraculous run since the All-Star break. They are now 1 game away from clinching the pennant. And you're going to fire him?
Have to.
What is the owner? A cowboy. What are Cowboys? Religious. All of them. They're all Bible thumpers. There's no way. He would have given a promotion. He would have been president of baseball operations on the spot.
Knox is looking through a box of memories, including an MVP he won.
He keeps his MVP in a brown box?
Now it's time for the press conference. There have been reports that I've been using angels to help the team win.
This press conference is unhinged.
And then the kids come in with Maggie. He throws a statement away, going to shoot for the hip. No logical explanation.
Whole team is there. Maggie can just walk in anywhere, apparently.
Yeah.
And then Maggie starts talking.
Rudely, she chimes in.
You get to talk?
Nobody's here for you.
Who are you?
Well, she saves the movie. Clip it.
Seems like you're saying it's okay to believe in God, but it's not okay to believe in angels. Now, I thought they were on the same team.
Is it your belief, ma'am, that angels play baseball?
Since the All-Star break, yes.
She also gets a Doc Rivers press conference laugh.
Oh, she sure does. Yeah, same note too.
You got to have faith. You got to believe.
Message.
Remember Angels
Message.
Team Security deemed it unlawful for a child to be in a tree with binoculars trying to watch that game for free. But a press conference for a team that's won 30 games in a row, whatever it is, lady walk right in.
Well, she's got the kids that Aloysius is very keen on.
Mel Clark gets up, says he won't play for anyone but Spartacus. The other Angels stand up one by one and agree.
Yep.
They don't actually agree. They just stand up.
Fatty doubles it.
Fatty does. Everyone else just stands up, which is a great if this doesn't work out. I didn't say shit, boss.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
Owner changes his mind, just like that.
Everybody applauds.
Now, Knox is going to give them a motivational speech. You're all winners. I believe in you. So let's go out there and show them what winners can do. Let's take that championship. Guys, it is the regular season.
This is for the pennant.
To get to the playoffs.
There's no wild card. You got to win the pennant.
Not a championship. Mel Clark is pitching. We're going to fly through this game. Mitchell hits a home run, ties the game in the 6th inning.
Unhoused Angel shows up.
7th inning.
Tells him this rule out of nowhere. We don't get involved.
Championships have to be won on their own. Also, it's not the fucking championship.
You let this team win 30 games in a row.
It's a capricious group here, man. You got to allow for that.
That's right. You know what? I forgot about that.
Why is Al there then? He's there to scout Mel, who's coming up soon.
Yep. He's going to get called up.
6 months?
You got 6 months to live.
6 months?
He's smoked for years. It's always a mistake.
Message.
Disney's heavy-handed.
Message.
Don't smoke, kids.
Krampus.
This is Krampus for sure.
The Krampus Award is going to be for heavy-handed messaging.
He's going to die in 6 months. He doesn't know anything yet.
No. So this is rapidly terminal lung cancer.
Why would you burden the child?
Why would your dad?
With the
well, his dad really burdened.
His dad did the opposite.
So it's 8th inning. Ranch says Clark has started to show definite signs of fatigue. I said, it's lung cancer. He's not tired. He's dying.
He's dying out of his mind.
He's not making it to spring training.
How do they score the go-ahead run? Suicide squeeze bunt.
Well, that did happen in Major League, so they bit that from Major League.
Instead of bringing in the closer, let's trot Mel Clark back out there again.
One more time.
JP believes Mel will get an angel because he always gets an angel.
He has thrown 156 pitches in this game.
Yes.
Even Nolan Ryan's like, yo, take this dude out. This can't happen.
His arm is just a bag of bloody soup.
Aloysius Guffey McGovern is going to kill him before the lung cancer does. You might as well stick around, Al.
Tell Doc Brown, yeah, don't take off, man.
He's coming with you today.
They load the bases. Here comes Kit, hit or die Kesey with a snake tattoo, hit or die under it, a handlebar mustache, and a super lazy scar on his cheek.
CT5 tattoos also... This guy is an absolute stunt double for Snake Plissken. Check his IMDb. I guarantee it.
They trick Mel into thinking that he has an angel because Roger starts flapping his arms, then JP, then the whole team, then the whole stadium, then they're doing the wave.
While they're flapping.
The Guff Dog was going to take him out on a 3-2 count.
3-2 count, bases loaded. He's had a pitcher warming up the entire ninth inning.
The guy in the pen, his arm's worn out by this time, right?
He's thrown 72 pitches.
Why didn't the guy tag up from third to tie the game on that crazy catch by Matthew McConaughey when he finally did call off Primo?
Taylor with the spinning propeller halo, drunk ear hair guy is missing his front teeth now, presumably for a while after he got hit in the face with it.
Look at this photograph.
The owner, the luxury box, Willie. The only person not doing it is Ranch. Says it's not smart baseball. It's ridiculous. Way out of line. Hank shuts the radio off, slow motion, throws the pitch, and then the best hitter in the league hits it right back to the pitcher.
It's just off center enough that he's got to dive off the mound for it, which has never happened in baseball before. If you're hitting one up the middle like that, you'll stab at it, you'll catch it, whatever. You're not diving off the mound.
That's not yours.
It's not physics.
He catches it. The Angels win the pennant. The team rushes the field. Knox tells Mel he did it by himself. Hank pops into the radio booth to fire Ranch.
You can't fire me. I got a contract. I'm Ranch Wilder.
Easy, Ranch. Less is more.
Wait, why was he fired?
For talking shit on the radio.
Oh, I thought he was fired for leaking team information.
No. Also firing Daisy Chain. Wally flips his mic switch on to give tactical redundancy that the Angels won, which everybody knows. Thanks, Wally. Roger and JP run in and hug Maggie. Roger's got a permanent home. JP runs away to cry.
Can't leave JP.
He's got a formula.
100%.
Film noir. Guffey McGovern wants to be Roger's dad.
Damn!
Roger hugs Knox, but then he gets sad. He doesn't want to leave JP. I can never leave JP. He's coming too. Double film noir.
Double diddling.
Now they all worry about Maggie. My work is here. Don't worry. Plenty of little angels looking for a home.
Cash is still coming through. Don't worry about old Mag Dog.
Maggie's like, I'm not going to tell them he adopted JP as well. Those texts are still coming to me.
They're going to have a family. Then JP sees Al tipping his cap from out the window.
I knew it could happen.
Super callback. Al soars away from the house, spins a halo above it, breaks the fourth wall with a super creepy last line. We're always watching.
Yep.
Even when I masturbate?
Especially when you're masturbating.
Even during barbed wire?
That's where they're going next. They're going to next theater.
I was in your Gatorade during barbed wire, Zach.
Oh, my God.
Seatbelts fastened. Tray tables in an upright position. Here we go.
Liftoff.
When his dad says when the Angels win the pennant.
I had McConaughey being carried by the Angels.
Yeah, same note too.
Yeah.
It could have been anywhere in between. The prayer could have been plot liftoff.
I think it could have been anywhere between what Amin's was and what ours is.
Why don't you try telling us what the fuck happened?
All right, plot summaries. I picked it and I forgot to write one, so I have to Zach this thing. This will be interesting.
Love that.
It is 102 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hey, where's your dad? Where's your mom? Are they in heaven? Is heaven real? Are we orphans? Could we ever have a family again? It could happen. Let's live right next to the Angels Stadium where there's a foster home. Couple of orphans love the Angels. They're watching it from a tree. And then one of their dads shows up and he's a real piece of shit. And he says something that he really genuinely doesn't expect ever to be a chance in hell. If the Angels win the pennant, I'll be your dad again. This kid then prays to God, who could be a man or a woman. He doesn't know. And angels come down from the sky whenever the fuck they want and help this horrible baseball team win games in a massive montage. They turn their whole season around. Danny Glover is this angry manager whose heart is warmed by his team winning and these 2 orphan good luck charms. Then it's down to the end of the season. They got to beat the White Sox in this game. But the Angels say,
30.
Fuck you guys. We don't give a shit anymore. Also, Tony Danza is going to die. How about that? Tony Danza throws one of the longest complete games. They win. They win the pennant. His arm falls off. He dies of lung cancer. Danny Glover adopts the orphans. The end.
Isn't it more fun that way?
No. This one was super easy to do because nothing happens.
Nothing happens in this movie. Let me go so it could be a wing it sandwich.
A little wing it Eiffel Tower.
Yep.
And you are in the middle.
Oh, 3, baby. 1, 2.
Look, do me a favor. I don't want to do a countdown before I do the scene.
Countdown.
No countdown. Can we just
Okay,
do it off of action?
Just in your own time. Good. So
I'm not a rocket ship, okay?
All right.
Roger and JP are two foster kids whom nobody wants who are fans of the local loser team, something Roger's biological dad doesn't hesitate to point out. Matter of fact, to hammer it home, he tells Roger the only way he'll ever be in a family is if the Angels win the pennant, and Roger's dumbass believes him, which is basically like if he told his kid when hell freezes over, and the kid says, I'll be checking weather forecasts for hell every single day. Anyway, Roger and JP live in the foster home with an old hag who cashes checks from the state of California and could not give two shits about them. And also Mexican Zach Harper, who has to sneak off to go see Barbed Wire in order to get some peace and quiet for fab sessions. While JP won't shut the fuck up, Roger doubles down on being a bingo by praying not for his dad to come home, but for the Angels to win the pennant. Dumbass. Roger and JP go to Angels games on Kids Day because they get a $1 discount on the tickets, and Doc Brown comes back from the future to tell Marty that something has got to be done about his kids, and also, he's the head of the Angels. The play-by-play guy is also an alcoholic and somehow the former manager of the team, and he hates the current manager, Murtaugh. Anyways, an Angel picks up Matthew McConaughey and makes him make an unbelievable catch, then helps Fatty McCatcher blast the homer. Murtaugh takes a fan pic with Roger after the game, at which time Roger reveals himself to be a paranoid schizophrenic who can see angels. After reviewing the tape, Murtaugh decides to give the kids free dugout tickets, and Maggie says yes because she's a deadbeat.
30.
Roger sees more angels and tells Murtaugh to make lineup adjustments, and basically the Angels go on a crazy win streak as a result. In a surprise to no one, Roger's dad gives him up for adoption and doesn't give a shit about the Angels' hot run. Angels owner tries to fire Murtaugh after Shams reports he believes in angels. They call a press conference, and Murtaugh dances around the topic like Jason Kidd in a Nico Harrison press conference. The Angels win.
10.
Murtaugh adopts Roger and JP, and Tony Danza dies in 6 months.
Wow.
Closing out strong.
Really nothing happens in this movie because you guys are both way under.
Yeah.
All right, Zach. Bring us home. Suicide Squeeze. 3, 2, 1.
Two fake orphans are living in foster care with the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2, or I guess it's her twin who made it in a double impact kind of way. They love the Angels, and this kid, JGL, his dirtbag dad, is saying, I would rather be anywhere but with you.
What?
I'm going to Salamanca, Spain. I'm out. And by the way, watch me put this cigarette out on my jeans. You'll never be this tough, you scrawny little fuck. So he leaves, and he says the only way we'll ever be together is if the Angels win the pennant. And this kid goes to an Angel game. Well, kind of. Gets kicked out of a tree. Like goddamn Robinson Crusoe. Praise to Christopher Lloyd that the Angels will win the pennant. He comes down with some angels and helps them out, but this unhoused angel fuck is maybe a diddler, but no, we're not doing the diddling thing anymore. We're going to let it slide. The Angels go on a crazy run, go from losing 15 in a row to dominating the second half of the season and putting themselves within shouting distance, within a whisper of winning the pennant, which everyone's calling the championship because in the locker room, they celebrate the championship. We've got a final game. We find out Tony Danza is going to die. He is going to die either by Danny Glover's managing or by lung cancer in 6 months. Either one, whichever comes first. He ends up somehow getting a
10
line drive off the mound from this kid. And Danny Glover decides, hey, guess what, kids? I'm diddling both of you. Diddle me timbers. Get these Angels in the outfield the fuck out of here. I'm going to hell. I wonder what my neighbors think when this happens.
Every time I record one of these things, I think to myself, the only way to do it is loud, right?
It is. Yeah, you have to.
When you listen to Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone, the comedy podcast, you learn stuff.
I've been learning to throw a boomerang because this is the kind of thing that really gets the listeners engaged, you know.
Interviews with people who will make you smarter.
Does the amount that you learn protect you from cognitive decline?
Paula, don't
Can't people just listen to the show? Can't they just enjoy a delightful treehouse full of information? And I think I'm bleeding.
Join us and be a nobody.
Am I the Jerk is a show where we talk about real stories like
My stepdad found out that I have a $4 million inheritance and tried to steal it from me when my mom died. Am I the jerk for how far I took my revenge? Or you might even see a story like this. My mother-in-law photoshopped my wedding photos to change my nose. Am I the jerk for what I did in response? So, Am I the Jerk is the perfect show to put on in the background while you're driving, studying, drawing, or just chilling out. And the best part is, you can send in your own stories from your own life to be featured and discussed on the show. Just subscribe to Am I the Jerk and you'll see how to do that there via amithejerk.com/submit. You can freely share the deepest secrets of your life because you can still remain anonymous when you send in your stories. So either way, subscribe to Am I the Jerk right now before you forget. We'd love to be a part of your daily routine. New episodes every day. Am I the Jerk?
Who cares if you lose the game? You got this off your chest. I mean, it's just one night of bar trivia.
One night of bar trivia is sacrosanct to us.
Trivia is sacrosanct. The character of Hank Murphy, the Angels' owner, is loosely based on owner, actor, and country music star Gene Autry, right down to the cowboy hat.
Wow.
Autry passed away in October 1998. When the Angels won the 2002 World Series, they dedicated their win to Autry.
At the end of the movie, Carney Lansford spits out chewing tobacco. In reality, they use black licorice to obtain the same look without having to use the real thing. What a terrible piece of trivia.
It wasn't on Disney Plus until the film's 30th anniversary, July of last year. 2 years after the film's release, the Walt Disney Corporation bought the Angels and owned the team until 2003. In addition, Walt Disney was one of the Angels' original board members. So they didn't own the team when they made this movie? I thought they did, like the Ducks.
They owned it later. Oakland Coliseum stands in for Anaheim Stadium for logistical reasons. At the time, Anaheim Stadium was a complete closed-off stadium due to upper deck seating in the outfield. So there would have been no way for the kids to peep into the game from the outside. The Angel Stadium is also located in a business area, while the Coliseum is in more of a residential location where it would make sense that Roger could see the stadium from his house.
The Oakland Coliseum was the last multi-purpose stadium in existence due to the fact that the NFL season was taking place and the LA Rams were using the stadium in Anaheim. They decided to make the outfield walls blue, which is the correct color for Anaheim. Unfortunately, the Angels incorrectly used the first base dugout. The California Angels always use the third base dugout.
At the time of production and release, the Angels, who entered the American League in 1961, had never won an AL pennant or appeared in a World Series and were best known for their collapses in the ALCS. The Angels would lose their appearances in 79, 82, and 86. 8 years after the film's release, of course, the Angels won the franchise's first AL pennant and World Series championship.
The film's tagline, "You Gotta Believe," also alluded to in the film, was coined by pitcher Tug McGraw. During the 1973 season, McGraw used the phrase to encourage his fellow New York Mets, who successfully turned around an underdog season to go to the World Series. He also used the tagline during the 1980 season for the Philadelphia Phillies, who went on to win the World Series. Nice work, Tug.
Okay, let me just give you some names from this 1994 Angels roster, okay?
Mm-hmm.
JT Snow.
Yeah.
Had a great career.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Giants.
Harold Reynolds.
Web Gems.
You guys probably don't remember this guy, but Gary DiSarcina.
I remember that name.
No.
Killer shortstop. Jim Edmonds. You're welcome.
Damn it.
Repeat offender at this point, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Tim Salmon.
Yes.
DH. Oh, I don't know if you heard of Chili Davis.
Not only do I know Chili Davis, I know his ex-wife.
Oh. Yep. Damian Easley, I think, had a great career with the Tigers. You ever heard of this guy? I think he had a couple of good years. Bo Jackson was on that team.
Wow.
Rex Hudler was on that team.
Wow.
Great utility man.
Who's Rex Hudler?
Chuck Finley. Mark Langston.
You said Rex Hudler, great utility man. You sound exactly like Taffer, name-checking his recon spies.
I think you should have quit while you were ahead.
Rex Hudler played 13 years in Major Leagues.
This great utility man.
Great utility man. And then he wasn't there yet, but eventually Troy Percival would be on that team as the closer. Look, they have the talent.
You're going to really like this piece of trivia here.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie Nielsen was the first choice for the role of Angel Al, but he was busy with Naked Gun 33 1/3, The Final Insult.
Oh, no.
After Tony Danza signed on, he persuaded his old Taxi cast member, Christopher Lloyd, to take the role. Nielsen and Lloyd co-starred in the following year in a movie called Rent a Kid.
Pick it.
Macaulay Culkin was the first choice to play Roger, but was too big of a star. Also, Kit Culkin probably would have flip the fuck out.
Oh, yeah, probably fucked that up.
Danny Glover accepted the role of Knox with enthusiasm, as he had wanted to do more family-friendly films, as he was known at the time for appearing in violent action comedies like Lethal Weapon. He also had a teenage daughter at the time and wanted her to be able to see the movies with him as the star. Tommy Lee Jones and Bob Hoskins were considered for the role, but somebody thought that Bob Hoskins was too short.
Yeah.
So that's why they cast Paul Danny Glover.
Bob Hoskins way too short. I mean, we've had some short managers before, but that's too short.
During the winning streak, the Angels go from a record of 39-52 to 91-64, which means they went 52-12, Zach.
God damn.
They lost 12 games, though, so I guess that was the Angels not showing up to work that day.
Well, I mean,
they're capricious.
Yeah.
They don't make commitments.
Tony Danza's character, Mel Clark, hasn't played due to a shoulder injury. In the TV show Who's the Boss, Danza's character, Tony Macelli, ironically, was an MLB player forced to retire due to a shoulder injury.
He can't throw a baseball.
You weren't sold by his pitching?
No.
Zach, are you a good baseball player? Or were you a good baseball player?
I was, yeah. I was pretty good.
In high school? Did you play high school?
No. I didn't play high school, but I was a good little leaguer and I could pitch, pretty solid hitter. I got hit a lot though, because kids at that age, they cross over their body. Like they don't have good pitching mechanics, and I'm a lefty.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would get hit constantly. I think I averaged getting hit twice a game the last year I played.
Nice.
Oh no, Zach got hit again.
Hey man, get that ready for ass off, because I'm not giving up on that.
Angela Lansbury was the first choice to play the role of Maggie Nelson at the request of Walt Disney Pictures due to Lansbury playing Miss Eglantine Price in Bedknobs and Broomsticks. However, Lansbury was busy with Murder, She Wrote. Betty White, B. Arthur, and Joan Plowright were also considered. It was nearly a bringing down the house situation.
Betty White, I don't think was good in that role. That's too serious of a role. B. Arthur could do it. Lansbury would have been fascinating.
One of two films released in 1994 to feature the Chicago White Sox as the arch rival team. The other was Major League Two.
Feature Cinephobe.
The White Sox hadn't won an AL pennant since 1959 or a World Series since 1917.
You know what it is? It's a good color scheme. It's a good uniform.
The film was released in theaters 1 month before the players' strike, which canceled the postseason in 1994 World Series.
I'd like you all to do an experiment on a plant, something that may benefit mankind. And if you devise something that's groundbreaking, I guarantee you a A in this course.
Oh, well, hold on, man. You following me? You can't do that, Lionel. Look, man, if you don't want me to have a foreman job, I understand, but I need my fucking job, man.
Louis Pinnock Accent Award. Pretty light field, so Brenda Fricker American.
Oh, yeah, that's the right call. I was trying to think, but yeah, you're right, because she's English, right?
Yeah, she's Irish. I don't think there's any other real options.
Well, I did read that review in a flawless British accent.
Was it a British accent? We don't know what accent it was. Some kind of an accent.
I mean, it kind of was. You know, it's up there. All the players have to do is quit swearing.
Let's show them who the horsemen are, guys.
Yeah, we got soul.
Five Horsemen, Poppy Talk,
Mommy Talk,
Smoking Cigarettes,
Smoking Heaters,
Angels. And my pick, It Could Happen.
Tactical Redundancy, Newspaper's Position, exposition in general is super heavy.
Manipulation, diddling.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to ignore it as long as I could.
And lie!
I think manipulation because Al is kind of manipulating the hell out of the kid too.
Why though?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's an investigation. I think it could happen since it is the tagline.
Yeah, sure.
And they throw it in there like Lethal Shooter throws in. I understand it now.
They wanted Fetch to happen. They wanted It Could Happen to happen.
They wanted It Could Happen to happen.
Incredible sentence. Yeah, I like It Could Happen.
I understand it now. Yeah.
No, stop it.
Breathe in through nose, out the mouth.
Ass on, ass off.
Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex. Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex.
Ass on, fuck it, ass off. Ass on, fuck it, ass off.
Michael Bean Memorial Ass On Award.
Clouds. The sky.
The sky, yeah.
The sky.
You didn't have me at clouds, but you had me when I saw those stars. I was like, this guy is ass on.
I had JP, but he does redeem himself when he gets caught snitching.
JP's ass off, dude.
That kid knows what the fuck he's doing, man.
He's working everybody in that movie, man.
Amin was right on that.
Carl Weathers Memorial Ass Off Award.
JP.
Danny Glover is George Knox. J.O. Sanders is Ranch Wilder.
Yeah, he's great.
I'd give Neil McDonough a nomination.
Oh, because you believed he was a bingo?
Yes.
Jumbotron guy.
Jumbotron face when Tony Danza drills a guy to load the bases.
Yeah.
Taylor Negron, I thought he was ass off as well.
Dermot Mulroney. I believed he didn't want that kid.
He sure didn't.
He was ass off for sure, man.
He's all in a day's work. I think that's without a doubt.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Even though it's 2 scenes.
No, but they shot that shit back to back.
Easily one day.
He wore the same clothes. What are you talking about?
He's got as many outfits as he has kids he doesn't want anything to do with.
Well, he might have more kids.
Oh, that's a good point.
I think it's Danny Glover.
He's pretty good.
But he's better in the first half than he is in the second half.
What about the character of JP? Kid manipulated the fuck out of everybody.
Dude, I'm telling you, ass off.
Not the kid who plays him, but
both.
JP.
Either way.
I'm going JP.
JP.
The character.
The character, yeah. I don't think the kid was very good.
I thought the kid was good.
It could happen.
You're good at keeping secrets?
Absolutely.
Because I've got a present for you. Secret present outside by the dumpster.
Is it a baseball mitt?
To fit you like a baseball mitt, like a glove. I hope.
Golden Dumpster nominees. Knox's first locker room rant. Ranch post-game interview with Knox that turns into a fight. Ranch constantly flipping off Wally's mic, snapping and throwing shit at his producer. An Angel telling a child that a player is going to die from smoking cigarettes in 6 months.
That's it, man.
That's my pick.
Yeah, mine too. That is fucking crazy. And that kid has to hold that information?
It came out of nowhere.
He doesn't tell anybody.
It's so unnecessary.
Couple more nominees. The Toronto Blue Jays rushing the field and then stopping when they realize this has nothing to do with them. The Irving Nater looks like a prison photo. And then the callback of looks like a prison photo when the kids look at the photo. But I'm going to go with...
Sweep it, man. Come on.
Okay. Back-to-back weeks.
Oh, is that back-to-back? Oh, that's right.
Okay, I'm with it.
I think Dodge.
Yeah, I think Dodge.
Maze, you picked it, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I like that.
Fob or file?
Nostalgia pick for sure. Watched it a shit ton as a kid. Parts that I remembered. Some parts that came back to me. Like deja vu once the little kid actually ran home and stuff. But holy shit, man. This movie falls apart after that montage. And even that montage isn't good. It really is not a good movie. It's bad baseball movie. It's a phobe.
I'll go next. I hated this movie as a kid. I didn't like it when I saw it. I thought it was stupid. Would much rather watch Bull Durham or Major League or Major League 2 every single time. Rookie of the Year, Little Big League, all those. It's funnier now that we have the Cinephobe lens to look at it. But no, it's a phobe. I hate this movie. I never want to watch it again.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it.
You guys both phobed it. I'm going to tell you right now. I laughed. I was entertained. There wasn't much that happened. I fell asleep in the middle. You guys didn't even notice. My notes were on point because nothing happens in this movie. Most importantly, like you said, Zach, with the Cinephobe lens of knowing that JP is a manipulative little shit the whole time, pulling strings, it made the movie even more enjoyable as I kept trying to find more and more examples and it just kept happening.
Yeah.
It's a file for me.
What?
Wow.
This is it.
It's a file for me.
Wow.
I'm filing it.
This is the one. The fucking streak is broken.
What streak?
You guys finally fucking disagree on a movie and it's Angels in the Outfield?
We've disagreed on a bunch.
Nope.
What are you talking about?
MVP Most Valuable Primate to now have all been agreements. 48 straight episodes. MVP Most Valuable Primate came out on February 1st, 2024. Over a year of you guys jerking each other off. I gotta push all the buttons at once.
It's like a G-dog on a fly tip. Flossing with the pussy. Cutting the finish.
Whatever, motherfucker!
It's Giuliani time. I'm joking. You still got that monkey?
Oh, fuck. I like that gun. You knew I'd like that gun.
Take his gents. That's what we do for a living.
Yes, the cheek.
That's one of the nicest guns I've seen in a long time.
I can't wait to shoot that fucker. You don't respect the boulevard, and you don't respect the fans.
Fuck you.
92%. You betray the law.
God damn it, bitch! What other errands do you have us running for the DA?
Superchargers and
mission.
Not again, Babushka. So bad. Like an unforgettable ordeal.
What killed the dinosaur? It's been a while. Release the Kraken.
Whoa!
Wait a second.
God damn, 5 dudes? Oh my God, 5 dicks? Damn!
How did Release the Kraken find its way in there?
Release the Kraken. Release the Kraken.
That's gone too far.
Quack Attack is back, Jack!
You betray the law!
I like how Maze is moving like he's playing a keyboard right now.
He looks like fucking Ray Charles right now.
You're dead. You're dead. You are dead. You're dead.
Send us your Phober file, Golden Dumpster, Ass On, Ass Off, 5 Horsemen, Lewis Pinnock.
Giant popos.
Plot Liftoff, at Talk Hoops, at Darth Main, at Corn Puzzle, at Cinephobe, at Count the Dings. Drop in the Discord by being a Patreon member at patreon.com/countthedings.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.
Next, Amin.
All right, so as I promised, I will daisy chain off of my last movie within the daisy chain that I'm daisy chaining here. So my daisy chain off of my last movie, which was Shaft, is people who play by their own rules, right? Guys who don't follow the rules, who are in positions of somewhat authority, but aren't going to do it by the book. They're going to do it their way because they got to get stuff done. And I'm daisy chaining off of the word angels, and angel has fallen. It's the return of Gerard Butler.
Yeah, I think we're going to enjoy this next pick.
I'm fucking pissed.
File.